Lesson 89, number 20. So this is one of those ones that says show. So that means we're going to be playing the game where you take the left-hand side and you do a lot of algebraic manipulation to it and try to make it match the right-hand side. Before I start the game, I always like to look at the right-hand side and see if there's any other forms. That way I'll be able to recognize them. Like I know that cotangent is, I think it's cosine over sine. So if I got something like this, 2 cosine theta over sine theta, that would be acceptable. Like if I end up with something like that over here, or if I ended up with something like 2 over tangent theta or something like that, then I would know. I just want to be able to recognize what happens over here. I want to recognize if I get that. I want to be able to recognize it. So, okay. So usually the first clue, because really you can do a lot of different things here. Usually the first clue is if there's 2 fractions and it says add or subtract, go ahead and add or subtract them. Or in other words, get your common denominator there. So I know that I need a common denominator. So my common denominator is just going to be 1 minus cosine theta and 1 plus cosine theta. There's my common denominator. Now the first fraction would have to get multiplied by 1 plus cosine theta to be able to have this common denominator. So this is going to be sine theta times 1 plus cosine theta. And then this next one would have to get, multiplied by 1 minus cosine theta in order for it to have that common denominator. So this will be sine theta times 1 minus cosine theta. And that's all supposed to equal 2 cotangent of theta. So this down here on the bottom, I'll bet you we'll get some cancellations up on the top too. This one down here on the bottom, these are conjugates of each other. So basically, instead of having to do the whole process of FOILing them out, I know that 1 times 1 is 1. And I know cosine theta times cosine theta is cosine squared theta. And the middle terms are going to cancel out. You can FOIL that out if you aren't sure about what I'm saying right here. You can go that times that, that times that, that times that, that times that, and you will find out that there will be a cancellation and you'll just get 1 minus cosine squared theta. Well, 1 minus cosine squared theta, 1 minus cosine squared theta, let's see here. If I took that cosine squared theta to the other side, sine squared theta would be the same as 1 minus cosine squared theta. I'm not going to make the change yet, but I'm thinking about how if I need to, and if it turns out to be convenient for me, I'm going to trade that out for sine squared theta. First, let's see what happens on the top. I'm pretty sure we're going to have a cancellation. So this will be sine theta plus sine theta cosine theta minus sine theta, cancellation, and then we have a negative times a negative plus sine theta cosine theta, and all that's supposed to equal 2 times cotangent of theta. Well, I can see that I have this cancellation. I have this sine theta and that one. And then these two right here, I was kind of sad about it for a second, but now I see it's going to be fine. There's 2 of them, so I can say that's 2 times sine theta cosine theta. And then this bottom one, remember how I was thinking about swapping that out for a sine squared theta? Because it says right here that 1, if I bring that over to the other side, 1 minus cosine squared theta, sine squared theta. I'm going to do that now, because now I see what's going to happen. Maybe you already saw what was going to happen. I see there's my 2. I'm all happy. I see this thing's going to go away. I'm going to get my cosine on the top, kind of like I was hoping. This thing is just sine theta. So now I have 2 over cosine theta sine theta, but we just said cosine theta over sine theta is the same thing as cotangent theta, so I'm going to make that change now. And if you didn't know that, that might be on your list right here. Or not. You're supposed to know that, well, you know tangent and cotangent are reciprocals. You're also supposed to know that tangent is equal to sine over cosine. So I hope you knew that too. Anyway, so I'm going to switch that out. Now that's 2 cotangent theta. And that's equal to 2 cotangent theta. Ta-da!